Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Tuesday, baby. What is going on? Sorry, my break stream was up for a minute or two there. I'm having a rough morning, dude. I am tired. I'm tired. Fair, what's up, man? Oh, dude. All right, man. We got the news today, and then we'll do some more Bloodstained. It's time to progress in some Bloodstained, man. We got about 20% of the cast or the map left, whatever. Not allergies, dude. I'm just I was working outside like all evening last evening detailing my wife's car, and I still haven't been able to kick this cough either, and it got kind of chilly and windy last night, so I was like working outside on the wife's car all evening. I mean, it had been a while, dude. The wife's car needed to be detailed really badly, and I was doing a lot of stuff. Like I've been getting maintenance done on her car, just preventative maintenance, tires, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead, because I had other appointments yesterday too that wasn't gonna allow me to stream in the afternoon, so I was like, okay, well,
hey, shut your pie hole, buddy.
Space Mac, yo, no. What's up, man? So I spent all evening, dude, just out in the wind and the cold and stuff, man, detailing the wife's car out. And I mean, dude, like pulled out the back seat, like it's got the back seat's like a bench seat that can be pulled. I mean, like pulled it out, dude, and was like, yeah, I mean, the whole shebang, man. But it wore me out, dude. It just wore me out, and my throat's jacked up because it was cold and I was coughing and stuff. I haven't been able to get over this cough, so you know, I don't know. I'm just worn out, dude. Allergies in my head feels fine. Just spent, dude. Just spent. Yesterday felt pretty good, actually. It was like in the high 40s for us, but whenever I finally got over, whenever I was able to get over and start working on the wife's car and stuff, is whenever it started like cooling back down, and it got windy, man. Yeah, it got windy, so. But it needed to be done, and the wife's car is in good shape, dude, moving forward mechanically, and it's all nice and cleaned out and everything too, so that's good. I mean, dude, to the point of where, like, even after I got back last night, I was pulling in all the rubber mats out of the car and like scrubbing them down with cleaners and stuff like that. Like, I mean, dude, even after like I got back from cleaning the car out at the place where I was detailing it at, I was still working on the car after I got back. You know what I mean? So it was like all night long, dude. I was just I probably could have slept about another 4 hours this morning. Not used to that physical exertion anymore, you know what I mean? Just sit here playing games all day, dog. It wore me out. But it's good, dude. It's good. The wife's car is gonna be all nice and sparkly. And you know what's crazy though is like, so we've got this nice little like car wash place that's just not too far from where we live, and we've got like that's where we go to wash cars, and they've got like a section where like they've got like vacuums and stuff like that for you, right? So I was like, all right, dude, I'll go in here and I'll like vacuum the car out and I'll detail it and everything, because I've got my own stuff that I use to detail the car out. And so I was like doing all that, dude. It took me like 3 to 4 hours, dude, to finally finish there. And then I was like, okay, then I'll run the car through the car wash, dude, and get the outside of it cleaned real well and everything too. Bro, whenever I was pulling out of the vacuuming part of everything to go drive in, dude, somebody, because the way the car wash is set up is as you exit the car wash, it's an automatic car wash thing, you have to turn. And I don't know if somebody just didn't know what they were doing, had never been through it or what, but it's like as you exit, it's like an immediate turn to follow the exit out. Bro, they just gunned it and flipping center tilted their car over a curb, dude. Nobody else could go through the car wash anymore because their car, dude, they had curbed it, dude, all the way centered. All the way centered, dude. Their car was tilted up on this curb. And I was like, how do you do that, dude? How do you do that? Yo, Kayla, what's up? Yeah, I was like, God dang, dude. They're going to have a time getting that. They probably had to call a tow truck or something but it's a weird situation because it's like the way that you go around the back of the car wash to go around and go inside of it, right? So it's not an easy situation. It's like you pull in this way to go behind it, and then this is where you exit out, and then you turn kind of alongside the way that you go in. So how they were gonna, and the car had just like popped straight out of the car wash, man, and just straight over the curb, man. And it was a big old fat curb too. So, and it was not a tall car. So they had to have done some damage, dude, to the probably the body, the front bumper a little bit, and I don't know what I mean, I'm guessing they jacked some stuff up on the undercarriage there too, man. But I don't know how easy it was going to be for like a tow truck, a normal tow truck or anything to get up in there and get that thing out. Yeah. Well, I was like, well, it looks like I'm not washing the car today. I was tired anyways. I was like, I'm out of here, dog. I mean, normally, you know, if there was anything that I could have done to help, dude, I would have popped out. They had a bunch of people over there already, though. I'm guessing it was probably center lined already, and you know, they had popped that curb. They had been there for a bit. There was people out there trying to figure out what to do, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna be able to help. I just boned out, dude. I was like, I'm going home. I still had work to do. Like I said, I pulled all the mats in, dude. We got nice, like, fitted heavy duty mats for it and stuff, because, you know, we live up where the winter gets gnarly sometimes and stuff, and so I pulled all those in, dude, scrubbed them down with like cleaner and stuff, dude, with big old heavy duty brush. I still had a lot of stuff to do. So I even brought the entire bench seat inside, the back bench seat, dude. I pulled that thing out of the car and brought it in because it needed to be scrubbed down and stuff too, because the kids are always in the back seat. God, I'm worn out, dude. It was wild though, dude. I couldn't believe I saw that car out there just straight up tilted on that curb. I was like, God dang, that's gonna be fun. But I don't know. That was my night last night. So yeah, we got Bloodstained, dude. Bloodstained day 10. We got about 20% of the map left to uncover. I don't know if we'll get 100% of it or not, but I'm sure we'll get close. So we're pushing towards the end of this. I don't know what we're gonna play next. I was gonna do Castlevania. I gotta figure some stuff out with the PS3 though, so that might get pushed off a little bit. I still want to play it, but we might do something else in between. Passive flannels. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. No doubt. It is a big old fat curve, dude. It's not like your normal curve either. It was a big old chunky curve. They have to have it like that because the way it exits and goes alongside where everybody's pulling in to go around the backside to like go all the way around and enter. You know what I mean? That way, if anybody did what just happened, it's going to be a lot harder for them to like maybe hit somebody that's going around. You know what I mean? But whew, they got themselves in a mess, dude. On that note, dude, let's do it. Let's hop in here. Let's get into video gaming news, and we'll see what's going on in the industry, and then we'll dive into the Bloodstained stuff. Cool. As always, man, if you guys have anything to add that I'm not hitting on as we go across the search here and find stuff, then let me know and we'll address it. Cool. We've been listening to some. First of all, this is what we're listening to this morning. Cryptid and Necro Dancer, baby. Rhythm-based adventure RPG game. So very, very extensive soundtrack too. There's a lot of crazy different types of songs in here, but there's some bangers in here too, man. So if you guys are digging some of what you're listening to, then this is the game it's from. This is the soundtrack. So go check it out. Go. And if you dig rhythm-based games, probably a well worth a look. All right. Kill that. Go check out what we got in the news. I'm gonna need lots of coffee this morning. Oh no, yeah. I mean, people could get in. People could get in, but they had to shut it down because nobody would be able to get past. Nobody was able to get past the car, dude. Because it's a nice car wash, but it's only a one. It's an automatic. You know what I mean? And there's only one car through at a time. I mean, they put those cars through there like that. You know, it's a nice car wash, but the car. I mean, I'm telling you, like, as soon as you exit, as soon as your car is finished on the tracks and it spits you out the end, you're almost like immediately having to turn, right? So I don't know what they. I don't know if they accidentally slipped, like, because your car's in neutral as you're going through it, right? Your car's in neutral, so you have to actually put the car in drive or into first gear, depending on what you drive, to start. Because at the end, it's like, okay, you're good to go, meaning you can put the car in drive or in first and then take off, right? So whatever happened, whether they put it in drive and just accidentally gunned the gas, or they just hadn't been there before and didn't realize they needed to turn, which I don't know how you wouldn't be able to see it. It's very obvious. They there was no room for anybody to get past the car, even though they had gone forward. The car was just, it was in the way of anybody else being able to get through the car wash and being able to get around that car. So at that point, the car wash was just shut down, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Because I even looked and I was like, dude, can I, would they be able to get people around that? And I was like, no, no way. Yeah, this is crazy. I'm probably not going to dive into this, but this is having to do with the JRPG stigma thing, man. And I never knew this was a thing. Uh, I never realized there could be a negative connotation that went along with the, uh, you know, labeling of an RPG as a JRPG. That is something completely new to me, man. Over the past week, we hit on some stuff in the news where Final Fantasy 16 director and some of the main creative people behind that game were talking about how they don't want the game being referred to as a JRPG because they're not fond of some of the connotations that go along with it. And I had no idea, no clue at all. And so that's really brought some information to light for me in the way that, um, I guess some people have viewed um, having their titles labeled as a JRPG in the past. Whereas, I mean, for me, it was always maybe more of an art style slash some play style kind of elements that went along with certain RPGs out of Eastern, Japanese games. You know what I mean? Japanese RPGs. I never saw any kind of negative connotation with it, so it's kind of wild to me. I'm not going to dive into this, but you know, it's I think pertinent for us to maintain a little bit of be conscious about maybe what that means for certain developers, and the fact that they don't necessarily, unless they're actually labeling the game that themselves, they might not want people necessarily labeling the game their game a JRPG otherwise. Yeah, JRPG seems like a rather new term. No way, dude. JRPG, that's been a term that's been around forever, man. Yeah. Yeah, JRPG has been a term that's been around for a long time. I mean, it seems to me, anyways. I mean, I've heard it for a very long time at this point. Oh, really? Really? Oh, yeah, dude. JRPG is a term that's been in the gaming industry for quite a long time. Yeah, yeah. But again, I mean, as far as I was concerned, the only thing I ever, really attributed it to was more of a Japanese art style and maybe some, you know, gameplay mechanics that were coming out of Japanese games that the West hadn't necessarily incorporated or seen yet. You know, I never saw it as a bad thing. So it was kind of wild to me to hear that. I mean, honestly, um, especially back whenever I was younger, especially. I mean, I always looked at Japanese RPGs that came out of Japan were kind of like the bangers, dude. You know, like I always thought of a lot of the Japanese developers were the ones that were really killing it with the RPGs, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there were other developers that were really doing a great job too. Like I always talk about how much I loved Blizzard, loved being keyword there. Back when I was younger, but I mean, you know, developers like Square and stuff like that, you know, those were a huge thing for me, and there were just so many developers out of Japan that I thought were just such, and I'll still say that I still think they were just hugely you know, defining for what RPGs as a whole have become in modern gaming as well, you know. So I never saw that as a negative connotation. I actually thought it was like more of just a show that it was a game coming more out of a Japanese developer than anything else, and some specific attributes that would be um, unique to their kind of development. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but apparently that's not necessarily the case all the time. So I guess important for us to make sure we understand that. Oh God, dude. This dude, get out. You know what? You know, if you okay, look, dude. He almost has to say. I mean, even if he does feel this way, yeah, me too, Ferret. Me too. Yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah, no doubt. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Well, you guys know how I feel about like the Web3 blockchain NFT space. And I've talked about this before. It's not that I haven't been able to see the potential for it to be something that could be mutually beneficial to both developers and gamers, but that's just not the way it's implemented. And to be honest, I don't think that we're close to having the kind of gaming um, back end or universes, meshed universes that are needed to really implement that thing that would be beneficial to a great extent for gamers. You know, um, at this point, it's not that we won't get there because we will, but um, most of what we've seen so far with these kinds of things has been very scummy, right? A lot of people getting scammed. Um, you know, it was a very it was a trendy thing for a while. It was a trendy thing, and I mean, a lot of people could see through it, though. A lot of people could see through it. Some people couldn't, and for me, all I've really seen for the way that it's been implemented right now by developers is and publishers is a scam for money. And you know, even you know, if you guys aren't aware, the doc is got a development company that he's part of or helped establish. I can't remember the name of it right now. They're creating some kind of FPS game. I can't remember the name of that game right now either. We've seen a little bit of stuff on it. Is it called like Dead Drop or something like that? I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm not going to dive into this article, but they literally said that like NFTs were part of the. Hey, yo, you buy one of our NFTs, you can get in on the beta. You know, so rather than just being like, yo, we want as many people to get in here, see our product through the development process as possible, get as much feedback as we can. It was like, if you buy one of our NFTs, baby, you can get in on the ground floor with this. And so, of course, we're going to get articles like this where, the doc is like praising NFTs still. Where if you've paid attention, dude, crypto economies and games is crashing. NFTs are dying. All of that stuff is getting crushed right now. It's not like dead, but it is definitely not at the place it was like a year to 2 years ago. It's definitely dwindled. So, it's not. This is not worth diving into, in my opinion. Yeah, I'll bring this up. If you guys hadn't already seen all the the free Prime games for March, Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition is one of them. They've got some decent games on there, and I'll show you. GTA 6 Insider leaks release and reveal dates. This might be clickbait, but I'll pull it up. Could be some clickbait right there. We'll see. One of the best Star Wars games of all time is on sale for $5. Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah. I mean, it's like basically anything about GTA 6, I feel like is just almost always going to be clickbait at this point. Quite often, I can tell whether it's going to be that through the title, but that one was a bit difficult, so we'll see. I mean, I want to dive into any kind of substantial news we get on games and stuff, but there are an amount of these games like GTA 6 where it's like, it seems like these outlets, whenever they run out of things to write about, they'll try to just dig up some kind of fluff material, you know what I mean? That they just try to get people to click on that doesn't really have any kind of real substantial basis behind it, and it's just like a whole bunch of, there's a lot of reason to be skeptical about it. There's no real basis for it being putting any stock in it or anything, and I try to avoid a lot of that stuff. Yeah, we saw this yesterday, dude, during the Paradox stuff. City Skylines 2. Now, it looked like all cinematic, though, So, we'll pull this up. Bro. Yeah, check it out. As we were just talking, the gamer says it's time to give up on NFT games and has a picture of the doc on here. I love it, dude. That's great. That's fantastic, dude. All right, let's go look at our other search real quick. Yo, we might start playing. What is that? Clash. I start playing Clash on. Is that the name of that game that's coming out on the 9th? I think so. The game looks wild, man. Okay, yeah, Ferret. Yeah, all good, buddy. Hogwarts Legacy PS4 and Xbox One versions have been delayed again, which, let's be real honest here, the PC version shouldn't have been released when it was released either. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Switch's successor faces backwards compatibility challenge. Yo, is anybody surprised that this is what's coming out of Nintendo for their new console coming out? I mean, how much have I talked about that here lately? You know what I mean? How much have I griped about Nintendo and how bad they are with backwards compatibility? And here we go, dude. Let's see it. God dang, dude. Man. We already saw where Austria is basically labeled loot boxes as gambling, and they're getting rid of it. Yeah, yeah. I know, Ferret. I know, dude. I mean, at least in my opinion, they are. You know. Again, I mean, that's one of the reasons that I have significantly moved myself away from console gaming. You know, I mean, I've traditionally, and you know this, I've traditionally been you know, I've always been a PC gamer, but I've always played on consoles too. And over the past, 5 to 10 years, Wick, what's up, dog? I've just really moved away from the console space because it has gotten so gross, in my opinion. Now, that's part of it, dude. The backwards compatibility thing is really, really disgusting. What are you doing, Wick? Farrah, did you see my comment on your comment on YouTube? Did you see my reply to your comment? I didn't know if you'd noticed it or not. I replied to your comment. FYI. Wick, what are you doing, dude? I love Wick. Just he's like, bro. He just spams my PC stats all the time now because we just talk crap all the time about PC optimization and stuff like that. He hasn't even said hi yet. Wick hasn't even said, "Yo, what's up?" He just the first thing is PC. Yeah, I headed into work, bro. Dude, I'm so tired this morning, man. You missed the whole talk about what happened last night. Cleaning the wife's car and everything. It was wild. I'll tell you about it in a little bit. Bro, I'm so tired this morning. We're going to have a chill gaming day today for sure. Dead Cells Return to Castlevania? Dude, I would like to dive back into Dead Cells potentially. I haven't played Dead Cells since it was in initial early access, and this seems like it could be a really nice mashup. It seems like a good spot to have a mashup for Castlevania or a collaboration. Hey, do you not know what Dead Cells is, Ferret? You don't? It's like a side-scrolling platformer roguelike game. Um, but it's very, very well developed. Like the more you play, the more different kinds of obviously roguelike stuff you unlock and things like that. And it's got great boss fights. There are a lot of different kinds of. I mean, back when I played it, there was like the faster you play the game, there's like different kinds of areas you can unlock if you're good at playing the game fast. There's different kinds of like secret kinds of areas that you can get unlocked to get more powerful stuff and things like that. It's pretty wild, dude. It's pretty wild. And there's all kinds of different weapons and stuff in the game. It's really cool. I'll pull up a. They'll probably have a video in here. If not, I'll pull one up. Yeah, buddy. What is this? Farlight Game showcases artifacts and new Call of Dragon. What is Call of Dragon, dude? Is this a mobile game or something? Is this a mobile game? Windows, iOS, and Android. Yeah, basically. Oh, we'll take a look at it. I mean, gaming is gaming, baby. There's a big space for mobile. Don't you have a phone? If Ferret's not lurking yet, Doug, he'll reply to that. Wild, wet, and wonderful. Is that? How you're feeling this morning, or what? Bro, that GIF in Discord last night. Holy crap! I was. That's literally why they quit letting us wash our own cars at the car wash, dude. Because that's how I was always getting down, you know. Whatever. Uh, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe adds Singapore track as downloadable content. Part of the booster course pass on March 9th. Okay, take a look. D4 deconsecrated. What is that? Oh yeah, DBZ Budokai Tenkaichi 4. So we saw this yesterday, but let's see if we've got any more information on that front. Dude, my son's so stoked about this. So Tenkaichi 3, I think, is the one that we had on the Wii. And my son, that's where my son got into Dragon Ball. I bought that game and I beat that game. And then years later, my son got into it on the Wii and was like loving it. And then my son started playing the Xenoverse games. And he played the crap out of the first one. He's been just loving the second one. And yesterday I kept up the stuff we found about the new Tenkaichi game that was announced, and he's super psyched, man. Really psyched. Warframe goes roguelike when Duviri Paradox launches. Dude, I wouldn't mind getting into some Warframe with some people too. It's been a long time for that too for me. That's one of those games you got to stay in and grind, though, it feels like. At least it used to. See if the season 9 gets release date. What? Wii U reports warn of bizarre issue killing Nintendo consoles? Fantastic. All right, dude, we got enough up here. Let's stick with this. Sorry. Shh. My bad, Mike. I'm gonna need a lot of coffee today, guys. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe adds Singapore track as downloadable content. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has launched a new track called Singapore Speedway. It will be the game's first track modeled on a Southeast Asian city featuring the iconic Merlion statue, the Art Science Museum, and other attractions such as Gardens by the Bay. Let's check it out, baby. Click. Pretty loud. Sorry. You know what I can't help but think about? Like watching stuff like that, like, dude, how cool? How old is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at this point? 8 years? I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is probably around 8 years old now, because it was initially released on the Wii U, right? The Japanese multinational video game company will launch the new track as a booster course pass on March 9th, 2023. You may now race in a Merlion-themed kart dubbed the Roaring Racer, in addition to 8 extra courses. Apart from Singapore, Thailand will be represented with a course called Tour Bangkok Rush, which will let you race around the Praya River and Makelong Railway Market, as well as the iconic Ratchada Night Market. The original Singapore Speedway and Mario Kart Tour had a few distinct modifications. This new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version maintains the aesthetics, but adopts the track for the Nintendo Switch's game's more challenging gameplay. Hush your mouth, dude. No. Wait, what? No. Okay. Yeah, how old is if you guys need that, here, I'll throw it in chat real quick for you. This is the thing that's crazy about Nintendo. May of 2014. It's almost 9 years old. This game is almost 9 years old. And now, I mean, granted, yeah, I mean, it initially came out on Wii U, right? I'm pretty sure that's what Mario Kart 8 came out on, was Wii U initially. And but still, nonetheless, I mean, it's a port to the Switch. So this game was originally released in May of 2014, meaning it's almost 9 years old, and this game still sells at full price. It hardly ever goes on sale. Nintendo has themselves set up in a really weird, like, it's a really weird spot they've set themselves up in to be able to do that kind of thing in the gaming market, you know. Kind of gnarly. I would have to think, though, that with the new console coming, it'll be time for a new Mario Kart game. One would think. Diablo 4 deconsecrated a deconsecrated church a bit more for beta live action show. What? That's a weird title. Today Blizzard released a new trailer. Burb. Jelly, what's up, friendo? A new trailer dedicated to the upcoming beta test of its highly anticipated RPG Diablo 4. The trailer is actually filmed in a real-life location, the Jesuit Chapel in Cambria, France. Excuse me. It's a deconsecrated church built at the end of the 17th century, and the developer collaborated with Baroque artist Adam Miller to decorate it with a massive Diablo 4 themed installation. Oh, I'm sorry, Jelly. That sucks. Hope you start feeling better. The trailer was then filmed by MJZ director Henry Hobson and voiced by Charles Dance of Game of Thrones fame. The church has been classified as a historical monument in 1920. If you're worried about the installation defacing its historical relevance, the wording of the announcement indicates that it's not permanent. The 20 unique paintings were done on canvas and then installed on top of the ceiling and dome, along with a massive mural along the back wall. You can watch the video below alongside a second making of video. Wonder how long this is. Oh, yeah, okay. D4 will fully release on PC, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, PS5, PS4, and on June 6th. Betas start. So March 7th, the weekend of the March 17th is for beta for anybody that's pre-ordered. And then the weekend of March 24th is for open beta stuff, okay? But let's check this out real quick. Oh, okay, Jelly. I hope you start feeling better. We'll be around for a while if you want to come hang out later. But you probably need to get some rest, man. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Hatred has returned, and she shall not relent until she has corrupted us all. But somewhere in the shadow of her darkness, you must cast your light to find hope in a flash of steel, or wrath of nature, or power of flame. You must stand up to hatred, or she will destroy us all. Your time is now.
I thought it was deliver us to evil, not from evil. Oh, evil. Just kidding. Here. Oh, wait. If you guys want to see, there's like a trailer in there for the making of how they did all that. That was pretty cool. And some links in there for anything else, D4 that you might need. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4, everything we know so far. Yesterday, they didn't have any kind of dates or anything, but the Tenkaichi series has been announced, a new entry for it. Here's everything we know. It's been 6 years since the third installment in the popular Tenkaichi series was released for PS2. 16 years. I was going to say 6 years. What? 16 years. Although it's been over a decade since the last entry, the beloved arena fighter has continued to maintain a dedicated fan base. On March 5th, Dragon Ball fans rejoiced when Bandai surprise announced Tenkaichi 4 during the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Championship Tournament. While details are still scarce, here's everything we know about the upcoming fighting game so far, including what we've learned from the teaser trailer. Yeah, the teaser trailer was pretty dope. It was really well done, I thought. If you haven't seen it, well, do they have it in here? Yeah, we'll watch it. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Is there a release date? No. We know that. What platforms? They haven't revealed any details. The original was a PlayStation exclusive. However, the second and third installments were also released on the Wii. Yeah. A collection containing the first and third games was made available for the Xbox 360 in 2012. Likely safe to assume that Tenkaichi 4 will be coming to next-gen consoles, but whether it will again be a PlayStation exclusive is yet to be seen. The Tenkaichi 4 was announced with a teaser trailer that showcased gameplay footage from previous entries in the series before giving fans a look at series protagonist Goku powering up to his Super Saiyan Blue form, as featured in the most recent anime series Dragon Ball Super. Yeah, this was a pretty cool trailer. Check this out. I liked it. Hello? What? I don't know why this doesn't want a full screen, but I'll just show it like this. How about that? It's actually pretty nostalgic for me, man, because I loved this on the Wii. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Pretty neato, man. While the teaser trailer didn't show off any gameplay footage from the upcoming title, based on the rest of the series, the game will feature arena fighter battles where players will control their character from a third-person over-the-shoulder perspective. The Super Saiyan Blue version of Goku in the trailer also indicates the game will feature characters from Dragon Ball Super, as well as potentially cover the events of the series within its story mode. Yeah, previous entries included huge character rosters and a lot of transformations to choose from, so players can expect to play as all of their favorite heroes and villains from the beloved anime franchise. Yeah, I didn't figure they would have a whole lot new to give us yet from what we already saw yesterday, but that's hype, dude. If you need the article, here you go. That's hype for a lot of people. Warframe goes roguelike when the Duviri Paradox launches. Let's watch this trailer real quick. Dude, I played Warframe way back in its early release, and I loved it. But I know this game has evolved.
It is a well-known fact that the unbent knee must be broken.
His curse upon you, Suvatasa Zuharuha.
Huh. Okay. Warframe. We'll go roguelike. Is preparing to unleash a huge new expansion on Tenno everywhere when the latest update to the massive online universe goes live in April. The Duviri Paradox is just the latest Battlefront and Digital Extreme's galaxy-wide adventure, and this new threat to citizens incoming with a roguelike twist. Players jumping into the hugely successful open-world sci-fi series will find a world caught in an unforgiving time trap. Demonstrated in a brand new trailer reveal, the Duviri Paradox starts at the end and follows the Drifter, an entity stuck in a massive reality fracture. The result is content unlike anything seen before in Warframe. Taking inspiration from roguelike titles like Dungeon Crawler, Moonlighter, Tenno will dive into the void wrecked unknown. Here the Drifter and Warframes cross a vast color-shifting reality to face off against a powerful new child king ruler, Dominus Thrax. During DevStream 168, Digital Extremes gave us more than just a trailer. After you've watched the teaser above, you can head over to the full stream to find out more about the game's new open-world zone. Here are 3 distinct game modes await. The Circuit, which provides a new Warframe-only endless game mode. A new Warframe-only endless game mode. The Duviri Experience, which is a full open-world adventure, and the Lone Story for a solo narrative experience. The Domain of Thrax changes with this monarch's mood, weaving elements of fear, anger, happiness, envy, and sadness into the environment and combat. This isn't all we're excited to try out when the Duviri Paradox lands in Warframe. Then April update adds in new quests, missions, arenas, and likely more. I'm fully expecting a wealth of new adaptable Warframes to encounter this ever-shifting threat and can't wait to see what else is revealed before the April release. To check out even more and find out about the return of AtinoCon, check out the official website now. Warframe is available for free across PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch now. This is a game I wouldn't mind diving back into, actually. If you guys need more, I'll throw it in here. This is another one of those games, just like what we were talking about before, Dead Cells, that, dude, I haven't played since it was very early in its release. And I loved it. I loved Warframe. Warframe was a lot of fun. But I can assure, I mean, I have absolutely no doubt that this game has evolved greatly since I played it. But it was a lot of fun. Sea of Thieves Season 9 gets release date and new content aplenty. Today, Rare revealed the upcoming new season of its popular game as a service, Sea of Thieves. Season 9 will release on March 16th. Will bring a ton of features and content to the beloved pirate game. We're getting changes to make the game feel more alive and dense, including more encounters and with pleasant company like Krakens. Say no more. I mean, tell me more. And Megalodons. World events scaling to the size of your crew, a metric ton of cosmetics, season and premium pass, a whole host of tweaks to various chests, and more. On the menu, there are also quality of life changes like the ability to equip flags at the outposts, a food radio menu, or a simplification of the process of harpooning floating loot. You can get the full lowdown in the video below and see if the upcoming season is bringing something that fits your taste.
Sea of Thieves Season 9 is nearly here, and we are sailing into port with powerful new features, a treasure trove of updates and improvements, and some shiny new rewards. Changes have come to the Forts of Fortune. The Chest of Fortune can now be found amongst the other treasures safely locked within the fort vault. These chests will not only reward you with large amounts of gold, but each chest cashed in will count towards new commendations that, once unlocked, will earn you items from the Fates of Fortune ship set, with more items from the set to be unlocked in future seasons. Reaper and Reaper's bounty chests have had an update too. Not only will cashing them in unlock weapons from the Fates of Fortune cosmetics set, but their telltale beacons will now always be active, regardless of whether they've been picked up or not. So everyone will know where you're scurrying off to. We've also rebalanced the difficulty of several world events. From Forts of Fortune to Ashen Lords, the difficulty of the emergent world events you engage in will now be tailored to your crew size. And emergent ghost ship battles are back, now expertly tuned, and minus the giant talking head in the sky. We've also upped the chances of finding shipwrecks, being shrouded in dense fog as you sail across the sea. And encountering the Megalodon and Kraken on your adventures. So the world of Sea of Thieves will feel more alive and dynamic than ever before. And Pirate Legends now have new voyages to embark on. You can set off on the hunt.
I like the sea monster thing, that's cool.
To unearth their accursed loot. Or go on an explosive adventure to dig up some volatile valuables. You can even follow the bearing of a special Athena's Fortune compass to acquire the mysterious Skull of Destiny. This special skull can manifest the various flames of fate and be used as a ritual skull, which will make starting the fearsome Fort of the Damned much easier. These shorter and more focused Pirate Legend voyages are bought with doubloons, so blow the dust off your stash and head out on the waves. And with the launch of Season 9, there's another 100 levels of stunning rewards to unlock, including the Prosperous Privateer clothing set and accessories, some unique sweet treats, and Gilded Age items for your ship and pirate. Pirate Legends can also earn the legendary Bone Hunter jacket and spyglass. And it's time to grab a grog and cast off with new emissary rewards. where you can unlock trading company-themed fishing rods and tankards. There's also a brand new Plunder Pass, available as an optional purchase, where you can earn some dazzling premium items, including the Sting Tide ship set, and variations of the Sting Tide costume. And over in the Pirate Emporium, we've got the Sea Serpent ship set, weapon set, and costume. You can also grab the Lodestar ship's crest,
With the soggy
and gleaming
rod are
gold
nice.
cursed Barbary. And for pirates of a more retiring, mysterious nature, there's the enigmatic emote bundle. And you can grab the Hearing Things emote for free. But that's not all. There are even more improvements this season. When a ship is scuttled in the Devil's Shroud, any loot they had on board will now resurface in safer waters at the Shroud's edge. Nice try, runners. There's a new food radial menu, so you can be more specific about the meals you munch. Seagulls will now flock over loot that has surfaced from a recently sunk ship, making it easier to spot.
That's cool.
And when you harpoon loot, you can now easily drop it on board your ship. New bait crates
That's also
will appear
cool.
emergently on the islands of the Sea of Thieves. Or you can buy them from the Hunter's Call or the Merchant Alliance. And when you're using your fishing rod, you can now access a shortcut to the bait radial menu. Mermaid statues have been rebalanced to be easier to destroy and to increase the number of gems earned. You might even bag yourself a jackpot. You can equip flags at the shipwright on outposts, so no more scurrying up the mast to show off your cherished colours. Captains can now choose from an expanded range of captains' voyages. The events of their session will be recorded in their logbook, and they can sell their Hunter's Call items to the Sovereigns. And a new family member has answered the call and filled the empty position at Stephen's Spoils. There's all this and more to discover, so get ready for smoother sailing and the refreshing breeze of change blowing in across the water in Sea of Thieves, Season 9.
Cool, man. That's a lot of content. A lot of new stuff going on there.
Thank you very much for watching.
That looks pretty good. There's an official documentary trailer right here if you want to see that. Sea of Thieves is currently available on PC, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and of course Game Pass. Incidentally, Destruction All-Stars developer Lucid Games recently announced that it has joined up to help Rare create all the amazing content that was promised today. Cool. I'll link this for you guys. There you go. Wii U reports warn of bizarre issue killing Nintendo console. New reports about the Wii U are warning owners of the Nintendo console that if they don't use the system, it can brick the console entirely. What? Rendering it nothing more than a piece of expensive plastic, this may sound bizarre and it's unusual, but it reportedly has to do with an issue of the console's memory systems being corrupted. It's noted, and Google searches confirm this, that the issue has been documented by random internet users over time, but it's only gaining traction now. According to reports, if it's not used for a prolonged period of time, the Wii U can develop a memory error, more specifically error 160-0103, that prevents the console from doing anything beyond the main menu. Right now, it appears the issue triggers at random and there is no solution. Great job, Nintendo. Great job. Some people around here love their Wii U. So I thought I was going to share something I realized yesterday, or it's one report on a Neo GAF. A friend on another forum has tried using his Wii U after several years of it being in the box, and he gets a memory error. He can reach the main menu, but errors will occur, etc. As I was searching the internet about this issue, I found tons of similar issues with people never being able to make their console work again. While multiple people have now reported this exact issue, it is still not very prevalent. likely for a variety of reasons, but the chief being the fact that not enough time has elapsed for enough consoles. Of course, many Wii U owners probably also haven't booted up their consoles in years. Excuse me. So there's a chance there are many more examples of this that haven't been discovered yet. Yep. At the moment of publishing, Nintendo has not addressed this growing controversy in any capacity. If this changes, we'll be sure to update the story accordingly. Of course, hardware failure is inevitable to a degree, but the Wii U isn't very old. In fact, it won't even celebrate its 10-year anniversary until later this year. In other words, the fact it's already having corruption issues is a bit unexpected. That feels terrible. That feels gross. Great job, Nintendo. Farlight Game showcases artifacts in new Call of Dragons developer video. This is mainly a mobile title.
Teleportation, AoE attacks, all at your fingertips. Welcome to Call of Dragons. I'll be your guide to the land of Tamaris. Today we're showing you an all-new gameplay feature, Artifact Skills. Every hero in Call of Dragons can equip any artifact you own. Not only do they give them powerful buffs, they also let you unleash awesome artifact skills with amazing effects.
Not something we normally end up hitting on in video gaming news, but there are a lot of people who love mobile games, so...
Cloak of Stealth. Use the Cloak of Stealth to turn your legion invisible. The enemy won't be able to detect you, so you can set up an ambush and take them by surprise. Artifact 2, Storm Arrows. Use Storm Arrows to teleport anywhere on the battlefield, allowing you to attack the enemy from behind. Artifact 3, Kingslayer.
No doubt.
Use Kingslayer to inflict massive damage to all enemies within range. If an enemy legion's unit count is already low enough, it'll be immediately wiped out. Now let's take a look at some actual gameplay. My alliance is down below. We want to take the enemy's territory, but it's way up high. We're squaring off in this narrow valley, and it's time for the decisive battle. We need to cover a lot of ground quickly, so we're setting up a cavalry charge using the Springbird Feather. It'll give us a huge boost to our march speed. The enemy's on the defensive, and they've got a big advantage. Their dragon scale armor gives their frontline tanks a powerful shield.
What's that, dude?
They're also backed up by a whole load of marksman legions. And if that ranged advantage wasn't enough, they've also got Shadow Blades, which let them fire a powerful long-distance AoE attack. Good thing we came prepared.
I need to look this
up.
up.
Cavalry activate their
What's the
storm
Samsung
arrows,
700
allowing them
LG
to dodge the enemy's AoE attacks, teleport right next to enemy marksmen, and mow down their best damage dealers in an instant. But the enemy's still got strength in numbers. Good thing we've got a secret weapon. Before the battle started, we used the Cloak of Stealth to set up 4 of our cavalry legions in an ambush. Now, it's time for them to strike.
Time to strike, guys.
Just like that, victory is ours.
Victory!
Find the right artifact skill, and you can.
No idea. I made it up,
Try
bro.
Call of Dragons today.
I had no idea what you were talking about. Probs have a flip phone. A flip phone. Yeah, look, I can flip it. See, flip phone. Bro, you're gonna knock on Tetris just because you suck at it. Tetris is a banging game, dude. All right. Best mobile game of all time, anyways, just Snake, dude. So get wrecked. All right. Outsmart skilled battalions in Call of Dragons, the latest MMO fantasy conquest title from Lego U Games and Farlight Games, creators of other hit titles such as Rise of Kingdoms and Dislight, arrives later this year on iOS, Android, and PC. Dude, Snake was so good. Yeah, they've got sites you can play it on, like original Snake game, dude. You can just play it on websites and stuff. It's cool. It's dangerous though, dude. I love that game. Today, Farlight Games is delighted to showcase a wide variety of new artifacts coming. Yep, just saw it. If you guys need more here, I'll throw this in chat. Yeah, what was that, dude? 1 second, guys. All right. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There are a lot of those sites that got shut down, dude, because a big part of it was the Adobe Flash stuff getting wrecked. You know, the Adobe Flash shutdown was brutal for a lot of those sites, and many of them just got. I mean, it was that along with how prevalent mobile gaming became for phones like this, right? Everybody has phones like this now, right? So the sites that everybody used to be banging on, dude, for all those like web-based games and stuff that were chill for like, you know, just time wasters and stuff. The death of Adobe Flash and the implementation of so many mobile games on like cell phones, dude, it kind of killed a lot of that. But yeah, dude, yeah, ton of those kinds of games, dude. Yeah. Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition anchors March Prime gaming goodies if you didn't know. Yeah, every month, Amazon Prime gaming members can receive some great games for free thanks to their membership. This month's games are no exception. Of the many games and goodies available in March, none is better than Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, one of the most critically acclaimed RPGs ever made. Add in the very successful Tunch and some other awesome games, and it's worth taking the time to visit Prime Gaming and grab them before they go back into the virtual vault at the end of the month if you have Prime. If you don't, there are ways to get free Prime like trial memberships and stuff. Look into it, okay? So these are the games you can get: Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition, Tunch, Space Crew Legendary Edition, Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, Bats Bloodsucker Anti-Terror Squad, One Hand Clapping, Aerial Knights Never Yield, DKO, and Onsen Master. They've got the link for the official site to get it. This is another thing I'll say. If you're trying to grab some of these games through your Prime Gaming and you're not seeing them, like on the website, check the actual desktop application. Same to be said, vice versa. If you're using a desktop application and you're not seeing some of these games, check the website version of Prime Gaming, and it'll probably they've got some weird stuff they need to work out because it's kind of wonky. But there you go. Hey, do what? Ski slope? Oh yeah, dude. I basically can figure out how to block. It was on like Windows 3. Yeah, dude. Are you talking about the one where like if you got far enough, there it would have like a Yeti or whatever that would come after you? Is that the one? It was like the trees. You'd have to like dodge the trees and stuff like that. Is that the one? Yeah. Ski free. Yeah, I think that was it, dog. Yeah, bro. Yeah, dog. Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, I know. It's so good. I know, bro. I know it, dude. That was a great game. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that in a long time. That was a great game, dude. You're right. That game was sick, dude. I haven't thought about that game in a long time. That was a good one, dude. The games I always like to play on the like the web-based games were the ones where you would like launch things and you would like have to hit the button to try to make them like bounce, and if you hit other things, it would keep them going and stuff. You know what I mean? I like playing those games. You know, to see how far you could shoot it, and it was kind of like a roguelike almost. Like the more points you got, you would unlock some like better, you know, things to shoot it with, or better, you know, items that would get shot or whatever. You know, I liked those games a lot too, for the web-based games that you know were like time killers. GTA 6 Insider leaks release and reveal dates. Prominent Rockstar Games and Grand Theft Auto Insider has provided an update on when GTA 6 will release, when the reveal trailer will be released. The good news is both are closer than you may think. The bad news is there still aren't specific days for either, likely because Rockstar Games doesn't have specific days in mind. Certainly has windows of time for both, but that's different than having a day picked out. Whatever the case, according to Insider Tez 2, who has proven reliable and reputable on numerous occasions, the long-awaited next installment in the GTA series will be revealed sometime this year, likely during the holiday window, and release sometime during the holiday. That said, to hit these dates, the Insider warns Rockstar Games may need to cut slices of the game and release them later on as free DLC. Their aimed always changing, not set in stone deadline is holiday 2024, which has been pushed back multiple times the past few years. Unfortunately, it could slip into early 2025 as well, says the Tez 2. Speaking of which, most companies are returning with a forced return to office policy to revert back to pre-pandemic days. Activision Blizzard has already met with internal backlash. Rockstar is no different. The debate and consequences of the policy are a whole other topic. With almost the entirety of the workforce in the office, Rockstar could be more firm about an announcement this year, yet losing work talent could very much lead to more delays. The Insider continues, I personally see an announcement as a given this year. I don't think the upper management is in a position to delay further to holiday 2025-2026. Cutting more portions of the game to package into DLCs to later release on may be sustainable for management than delaying further. Remains to be seen on when GTA 6 will release, but the expectation is it will be available via PS5, Xbox Series S and X when it releases, with a PC version unlikely to be available at launch, and PS4 and Xbox One unlikely altogether. No PC at launch? What? That seems gross. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's still a long ways away. It's really a lot of click. I mean, we knew that GTA 6 is going to be a long ways away. One of the best Star Wars games of all time is on sale for $5. As the title suggests, one of the best Star Wars games ever made is currently on sale courtesy of Xbox for just $5 buckaroos. When you think of the greatest Star Wars game of all time, you think titles like Knights of the Old Republic, TIE Fighter, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Battlefront 2, and I'm going to throw X-Wing in there. Not a popular opinion, but I'm going to throw it in there. The Battlefront branding currently has some stink to it thanks to the latest installment in the sub-series, the rebooted Star Wars Battlefront 2, but it didn't used to be this way. Everyone played the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. Everyone loved it. Everyone continues to look back upon it fondly, despite the fact that it hasn't aged very well, like most games from this era of gaming. That said, if you yearn to return to this wonderful time to be a Star Wars fan, you can do so for $5. Deal for the original Xbox game comes courtesy of the Xbox Store, which means it's for a digital copy of the classic. How long the deal is available, we don't know, as Xbox does not disclose this information. That said, at the moment of publishing, the 50% sale is very much available and live. They've got links and everything, so if you're interested in grabbing that from the Xbox Store, here you go. Yeah, we saw this yesterday in the Paradox showcase that we watched. City Skylines 2 revealed as the quote-unquote most realistic city building game. The sequel is planned to launch later this year. We played City Skylines just in a quick 5-day session or something over the past year, and it was cool, man. I had never played it, and I didn't have a lot of the DLC or anything, but it was a cool, chill little experience. Paradox Interactive has announced City Skylines 2, a sequel to developer Colossal Order's 2015 city building simulator. Skylines 2 was announced during the Paradox show yesterday. You polluted the heck out of my city. Where details of the game were revealed. The city building sim is set to launch this year and will be available on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox Game Pass. As for what the sequel will deliver, Colossal Order has billed City Skylines 2 as being the most realistic city builder ever. We saw the trailer yesterday, but I'll link it so you guys can watch it if you want. A number of new features have been spotted via the achievements listed on True Achievements. These include extreme weather like hailstorms, tornadoes, and forest fires, along with rat infestations and an increased city tile size of 150. It was a busy day for Paradox, who will be publishing City Skylines 2. Elsewhere in the Paradox announcement show, the company also revealed that it will be publishing the Lamplighters League. Looks like it could be cool. A strategy game from the developer behind Battletech. Yeah, think like XCOM, kind of. CRPG, turn-based, looked like strategy kind of game. Planned to launch, but it's more of a got an Indiana Jones kind of vibe to it than it would something like XCOM, you know. Plan to launch this year, the Lamplighters League is set in an alternate 1930s era and tasks players with saving the world from an ancient cult. As for its own games, Paradox plans to launch downloadable content for Grand Strategies Crusader Kings 3 and Europa Universalis 4. While Europa Universalis 4 will follow the rise and fall of empires with its domination expansion, Crusader Kings 3 tours and tournaments pack will flesh out players' realms with a number of hostable events. Okay. If you want to watch that trailer, check it out. It's right there. We've seen it. So I'm not going to watch it again. Hogwarts Legacy PS4 and Xbox One versions have been delayed again. PC version shouldn't have come out when it came out either. The game was originally scheduled to release on last-gen systems in April, but will now arrive in May, Warner Brothers said on Monday. The team is working hard to deliver the best possible experience on all platforms. We need more time to do this. Hogwarts Legacy will launch for PS4 and Xbox One on May 5th now. Yes, Wick, yes. The Switch version of the game is currently scheduled to release on July 25th. Gotham Knights had its last generation console versions canceled in the run-up to release, suggesting the publisher could be moving away from the last generation once Hogwarts Legacy is released. Disagree. Our development team at Avalanche delivered an amazing high-quality Wizarding World experience. Not on PC, you didn't. Get wrecked, nerds. So, delay on previous gen consoles for Hogwarts Legacy. But you might be better off. Hopefully, if, it does, they do end up still releasing it for previous gen consoles. It feels more like the new gen console version than it does like the PC version. So, if they need to delay it to make it feel better, then that's what they should do. So hopefully for all those people that are trying to play the game on previous gen consoles, it'll feel more like the console version that released initially than the PC version. Switch's successor faces backwards compatibility challenges, developer suggests. Dude, I've talked so much here lately about how bad console manufacturers are with backwards compatibility. And even so many of them have even developed the ability to incorporate it, and they just still don't nowadays because it's not something they care to do to give back to the loyalty, as to show a bit of thank you for loyalty to the people that have been fans of their product and customers of their product for a long time. All they really care about is just more ways to make people keep buying the same thing over and over, keep making money, right? And Nintendo's terrible about it. They always have been, and I've been ripping on Nintendo for a while, and of recent quite a bit, because especially one of the things that is becoming very, very blatantly obvious to me is the biggest thing coming for Nintendo software wise is obviously Tears of the Kingdom, right? And now they've announced it's going to be coming at a $70 price point. You're going to hardly ever see that price point fall, and outside of that, they're announcing a new console that's going to be coming. And I already called this. I was like, there's not going to be backwards compatibility. So they want fans to buy Tears of the Kingdom now on the Switch, the current version of the Switch, at $70. Then people are going to be buying the DLC because they've already basically come out and said DLC is going to be available later on for it. So probably around $100 or so, and for the full price of the game and DLC, then people are going to fork over how much ever it's going to cost for the new Nintendo console, probably roughly $300 to $400. And then you're not going to be able to play the Tears of the Kingdom you bought a year ago because that's going to be the Switch version. But if you want to play Tears of the Kingdom on the new console or any of the Switch games even that you had, good luck, because it's not going to work like that. They're going to make you repurchase those games for the new console. And I have a hard time believing that Nintendo can't make this work. They've never wanted to. Console players don't want to. Xbox has been better about it of recent than any of the other console players. But the console field in gaming has never wanted to be nice on this front. And they do this in order to keep making money off people, making them buy the same things over and over. And Nintendo can tell me this all day long, but they've always done this. And to say that there's just no way to make stuff backwards compatible, I don't believe it. This sounds like an excuse to me to just go, well, sorry, we can't make it work. You guys are just going to have to buy the same stuff over again if you want to play it on the new version, the new console, you know? So, it feels terrible. The Switch successor could face significant challenges implementing backwards compatibility, according to a new analysis by respected content creator and Night Dive Studios developer, a modern vintage gamer. In a newly published video, MVG digs into the possible components for Nintendo's next console, explains why incompatibility between new hardware and how current Nintendo Switch software is compiled means that support for legacy Switch games isn't necessarily a given. I would say good luck, because Nintendo doesn't want it to work, okay? They don't want you to have backwards compatibility. And we don't even know at this point if the next console is going to be called Switch 2. I would believe that them coming out with something pretty similar to what the Switch was, but just with much more powerful hardware, modern hardware, is probably going to be the play. Dear Lord Nintendo, please make better Joy-Cons, if that's what they're going to be called again. More form-fitting for the hand, things like that, because, God, they're terrible. But, you know, they don't want backwards compatibility to be possible. They don't care. They don't care. They want people to have to spend money again. That's the play for Nintendo. The Switch currently uses the Tegra X1, a chip developed by NVIDIA that also powers the NVIDIA Shield Android TVs from 2015 to 2018, highlighting the age of the hardware. Quote, if Nintendo is to move away from the Tegra X1, which we all feel strongly that they will probably do, current Switch games won't work on new hardware. That is without recompiling the games to target that hardware. The developer then posits several solutions for how Nintendo could get around this issue, such as software emulation, similar to that found within the Xbox Series consoles. Those machines use the Xbox Series X power to emulate virtual Xbox and Xbox 360 consoles in order to play older games, similarly to how third-party emulators function on PC. While a Switch 2 could theoretically do this, it would require significant processing power. Even the Steam Deck, which is a significantly more powerful device than the Switch, struggles to emulate some Switch titles. MVG then suggests a solution that NVIDIA and Nintendo provide chip compatibility for Tegra X1 on their next chip. However, as MVG points out, this is not currently supported and would seemingly require a lot of new work. The next suggestion offered is that Nintendo includes a Tegra X1 chip in every Switch successor, meaning older games can be played without emulation of new software, similarly to how the Nintendo GameCube's chipset was included in the Wii. The issue here is that this would increase the cost of producing the system, and in the case of physical games, would require either a Nintendo Switch cartridge slot or the successor to the Switch would also need to use the same carts. Next-gen patches could also be offered, as has been suggested by a widely circulating rumor that states a patch is currently being worked on for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Excuse me. In relation to a new piece of Nintendo hardware. What has given this some legitimacy is it came from a social media poster that correctly revealed information and official names relating to the recently announced Pokemon DLC several days ahead of the Pokemon Presents, during which it was announced. So, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's necessarily always easy, right, to get this kind of thing working. But my focus here is these developers don't honestly care that much about implementing it because it doesn't make sense for them money-wise. They know that if they don't implement, there's a better chance people are going to go out and buy the same stuff they've already bought before again for the next for the new console. And for them, that's a win. And it feels terrible, in my opinion. So you can see right here, it's not impossible. There are multiple ways in which they can get it done. Will Nintendo do that? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Any of these options that Nintendo has to incorporate backwards compatibility for their new potential console that is coming, for it to be implemented, I highly, highly doubt it. All right, last article I have for the day, and we'll move on to gaming, okay? If anybody has anything else to add, let me know, and we will discuss it before we move on. Dead Cells' return to Castlevania is as much of a slam dunk as it sounds. These days, I don't go into many video games with expectations. I've been burned enough times by disaster launches, Hogwarts Legacy, to know that I should approach every game with a bit of a reservation. It's to the point where I've wiped the word fan out of my lexicon almost entirely, refusing to get too excited about any upcoming game, even if it's part of a series I usually like. Sure, I love the original RE4, but you won't catch me hyping the remake when I have no idea what state it'll launch in this month. I agree, Giovanni. Dead Cells Return to Castlevania, on the other hand, is an exception to those rules. From the very moment the crossover DLC was unveiled, I could guess exactly what I was in for. One of the best modern roguelites, mashing up with a property known for its iconic style. Look up the term safe bet. You'll find Alucard's pixelated face staring back at you, giving a confident thumbs up. Sure enough, Return to Castlevania does not disappoint. It isn't just a nostalgia trip for fans of the classic monster slaying series. It's another strong Dead Cells expansion in a long line of them, cementing the roguelite's legacy as one of the best indies of its era. Castlevania DLC slots into Dead Cells quite naturally. Yeah, it seemed like it would. I started a fresh file in the game on PC and was able to access the new content within an hour. While exploring the roguelite's open area, I bumped into none other than Belmont. Okay, I don't necessarily want spoilers here because I might. Off the bat, in its visuals, map the general feel of Castlevania onto Dead Cells' distinct pixel art style. Classic music from Castlevania has been remixed to perfection here, nicely matching the rest of Dead Cells' score while still retaining the feel of the original tracks. Nice. While the aesthetic influences are obvious, I'm still very much playing with its quick action and mobility heavy dungeon crawling. Castlevania elements slot into the format incredibly smooth, from enemies to weapons. Foes like bone-tossing skeletons and pike-wielding guards feel like they've been in Dead Cells all along, as they test my ability to quickly read attack arcs and dodge around them. New weapons are the most impactful change here, as they bring something exciting to the entire game. Just like a normal run of Dead Cells, players can discover blueprints for new items and weapons. New DLC, as you would expect, adds a collection of Castlevania-themed items to the pool, many of which just make sense with Dead Cells' combat system. Holy Water, a familiar white cat is a past familiar that attacks enemies on its own. Nice. Which is just to name a few of the DLC items. Return to Castlevania is a sizable DLC, though you'll still want to calibrate your expectations. 4 new biomes, 5 if you count an altered castle that appears in a bonus Richter mode. 2 of those are boss fight hubs. There doesn't appear to be too much randomization to level construction. Runs through the castle looked about the same each time. First 2 biomes, relatively easy to get through. Real challenge comes from fighting the tough bosses after them. I imagine that could leave players a little disappointed, but that's frankly a lot of content for an add-on to an already gigantic game. Yeah, like I said, I've only played this initially in early access when it first came out, and I know this game has expanded immensely since I played it. I came to the DLC eager to see its Castlevania flair, but I left itching to get back into Dead Cells. After a few hours of poking around, I was already fully hooked back in, tempted to continue that new save file beyond Dracula's Fortress. It may not be a full-on Castlevania game, but it's a heck of a good reason to revisit Dead Cells. Bloodstained, I would say. If you want a Castlevania-esque kind of game, Bloodstained, the game that we're playing right now. But if you want some Castlevania vibes, this is probably a good play as well. Do they have the trailer? Yeah, we can watch it right here. Shut your mouth. Nice. By the way, the Castlevania anime on Netflix is really solid too. Oh, this looks good. Yeah, this was just a perfect game to have a Castlevania collab, dude. It just works very well. Hello, gang. Oh, there's the kitty, dude. Oh, dude, they got the... Yeah, nice, man. That's awesome. All right, cool. Very cool. If you guys need more from that article, here you go. Very nice, very nice. Cool, man. That's the news, baby. Thanks, guys. You rock. Appreciate you being here, being a part of what we do. We're going to move on to day 10 of Bloodstained. Excuse me. I've really taken my time with this game, but I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I don't know that we're going to play Castlevania right afterwards. We'll probably play Castlevania at some point in the near future. Symphony of the Night. I'm still having some issues getting the PS3 running through the capture card. So I've got some other options I need to try out to get it working and everything, but we're going to finish up Bloodstained and then we'll see what we're going to play into next. We've got about 20% of the map left to figure out. We're going to push for it today, so I don't know. Thanks everybody that's part of this community, helping to make an amazing space for all of us to hang out, chill, and play games, have fun, so appreciate you. Anybody else that might be viewing this content later on as or any of our other content for that matter as VODs on YouTube or highlights on the Twitch channel, if you're enjoying the content, I would say come hang out with us, man. We go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day, and we start all of our streams off with video gaming news before we dive into whatever video gaming content we have planned for the rest of the day, okay? Other than that, you guys just have a great rest of your day. Stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for March 8th edition of Video Gaming News and some more gaming stuff. I don't know if we'll still be in Bloodstained or not, but we'll be playing something.